passion. He said, I know I got more. I want to bring it out. It's game day. No matter what you do in qualifying, you got to produce. My man chilling like Bob Dylan. Look at that. Look at that hunk of meat right there, just chilling, just catching some rays, baby. Look at that. Connor Shanahan leads the charge. Again, there are points in qualifying. So as you can see it, Frederick Osbo, Shanahan, Richards, Odie Bakshis. Yeah, Cole Richards, notably, just outside of a podium spot on his debut. And Diego Higa comes back, takes a year off at 25, comes back, and there he is sitting in top 10. So good finish for him. Thank you, Lorette. As back to the action here, Diego Higa will lead Dan Burkett. Diego Higa coming down the hill in that first outside zone. Nice job on the clip. Diego Higa, man, that time off, I don't know what he did, but do more of that, because it is working out for him as Dan Burkett, that Rat Industries Mark IV Supra coming to outside zone 5, now into 6, ticking the boxes. Nice job by both the drivers. Outside zone 7, now working their way back the hill. That is null and void. This one is active. That is an inside clip. Oh, Dan Burkett way off course, gets into the dust.
Oh,
we're definitely going to be utilizing Wally because that is not where you want to go. We saw that come into play yesterday. The outcome of this for Rat Dan Burkett. He needs to put down a heater run to leave no doubt that he wants to move on. Dan Burkett coming past an inside clip 2 and 3 now up the hill. Look at Diego surging forward. He punts Rad Dan out of the way, and Dan goes off course. Was he too aggressive? Was Dan slowing down? And this is, again, a great opportunity to utilize Wally, as Wally, again, accumulating. How many runs has Wally logged this weekend? How many do you think?
Carry the 2. Dan definitely slowing down. Higa looks like he's slowing. He is trying to slow down, but he's not able to do the whole, like he's not decelling enough. So it's not like he's accelerating into Rat Dan.
On going back up the hill, but Dan Burkett gets one more time, and Dan Burkett gets the victory. Dan Burkett gets the victory, so 3 wheels off. So I definitely want to talk to the judges about this. Matt Field, a K&N athlete himself, is going against Ken Shiroguchi. Matt Field, the Beast from the Bay. The Borla Performance Heatwave Corvette against Ken Shiroguchi, a day 1. Been drifting and competing here since 2004. Look at Ken Gucci just waiting for him to launch as Matt Field goes in that first inside zone. The second, Gucci pedaling it, tempering it, going up the hill, getting into that 4th and 5th zone. Look at the fluidity here from Matt Field. Nice job by Matt Field. And Ken Gucci tucks into that smoke pocket, comes up a little bit short, exiting out of the keyhole. Now again, inside 2 becomes a great placement there. Matt Field
making a ton of smoke. He's on throttle, but he's not making a ton of smoke. But then there in transition, there is contact, and that's what looked like pulled the D-bead. So, yeah, you'll see right here in transition, as he comes around, Ken just catches him, and that would have pulled the tire off, and then Matt had nowhere to go. So, I mean, good on him for getting very close to saving that run, but unfortunately...
Welcome back as a cleanup there on aisle 1 with Matt Field going off course. We'll see how that transpires. We'll get back to you here. Jacob is analyzing the scenario and playing it out as it may seem. Here we go, Dylan the Dozer Hughes versus, that looks like Mr. Jonathan Castro coming down the hill. Dylan Hughes in that royal purple GT Radial BMW. A big gap there out of the gate from Jonathan Castro. He needs to get that proximity, and you ask and you shall receive. Dominican's finest tucks in, a bit of a James Dean approach there. Ooh, comes up way shallow, looks like he fought the car. The car come unwound, going into the keyhole, now exiting out. Castro just surging back and forth. Don't know if exactly he's maybe battling the car a little bit. Looks like he was really fighting the Atlanta.
There's winning an event, and there's winning Atlanta.
That's right.
Yes.
All right, here we go. Jonathan Castro out front. Dylan the Dozer Hughes chasing him down. As there we go, the Metaldom Toyota GR86. Look at Dylan Hughes. He's making his way up there. Nice job into 4 and 5. Well done by Jonathan Castro, and you can see Hughes tucked in nicely. Good composure by Hughes. He is being really aggressive here. Nice job. This is again, if Dylan keeps this pace and this cadence up this event, he's going to be one to watch. All right, slide him left for Dylan Hughes, right for Jonathan Castro, and Dylan Hughes, the Royal Purple Rain-X vehicle, gets the win. Congratulations. Out of the burnout box and to the start line. Jeff Jones, Big Drift Energy. Jeff Jones, here we go. Sorensen throwing it down. Jeff Jones, wow, he is really close. Already out of the gate initiation. We'll see if that pays off. Can he keep that proximity up? And there, just a little bit of separation, but not too bad. Now going into 5, there goes Jeff. Jumps back to the side of him. Nice job by Jeff Jones. Coming out into 7. Great placement by both the vehicles. Brandon leading very, very strong, and great placement there.
So good.
It looks so good when you hit that zone, because don't use the course edge, hit the box. But gonna be coming out of the chute, and here goes Brandon Sorensen. Look at Jeff, aggressive, getting squirrely Dan out here into that first inside clip, and Brandon tucks in nicely. Well done. Into 4, and Brandon, whoa, I thought he was gonna get to the side of him, but keeps really good composure into that keyhole. Brandon scrubs some speed, and a great lead run by Jeff Jones. And Brandon just showing you, just kind of bullying and pushing him around the track. Just like that. You gotta love technology, right? So Brandon Sorensen, Jeff Jones, slide him left for Sorensen, right for Jones, and Brandon Sorensen unanimously gets the win. Congratulations.
He's going to be going up against either Matt Field or Ken Gucci. Right now, it's Wataru Masayama and Connor O'Sullivan.
All right, here we go as, so Masayama in that Evangelion vehicle. O'Sully diving in on the inside. Looks like he's fighting the car a little bit there. And the fangs are out there for Masayama, and now coming into outside zone 5. Gets in that dirt. That's going to hurt him. O'Sully is just, I feel like O'Sully is just all over him, just very sporadic driving. O'Sully traditionally a little bit more smoother, definitely an aggressive driver, but I don't know, it just didn't seem signature O'Sully.
Back up all those different scores. That's one of those back and forth battles for sure.
Slide him left for Masayama, right for Connor O'Sullivan, and Wataru Masayama gets the win over Connor O'Sullivan. So here's Frederick Osbo, Rudy Hansen. We'll move on to our next battle. Again, 2.5 battles left. If you count the other half of the Matt Field Ken Gucci, right now it's Freddie and Rudy Hansen. So Frederick will lead in that Rockstar energy drink, Mark V Toyota Supra, operated by Papadakis Racing. Rudy Hansen, the Team Hansen S13. Coming out of that chicane. Now let's see what the Rockstar can do. The Norwegian Hammer dropping it, nailing it on into that first outside zone, into the second clip, and the third coming up the hill as Rudy, little weeble wobble there, that chase position into outside zone 5, right there. Little dirt being thrown up, just showing you right there on the razor's edge. Rudy Hansen, good proximity now, drops back in to that pocket and across the finish line. Here comes Rudy Hansen down the hill. Here comes Freddie in the chase. Cool, calm, and collected, but bang, right there. Oh boy! Freddie initiates. I want to see that overhead view.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I want to take a look at that. Obviously, Freddie, very uncharacteristic. Don't know if there was contact. Also, I think we're going to utilize Wally there. Just it being uncharacteristic, I'm sure they're going to look at the Excel decel, utilizing the Wally system, and see if there's an Excel or a decel area, or was he proper, because that is an Excel
chase. So let's take a look here. And he just starts to decel, and Freddie is really decelling. He's trying. There is a very, very small amount. I don't know if we can disable the chase car. I know that's an option we have in that system, but we might be able to tell a little bit better what happens with Rudy, because really right now.
Yeah, if we could isolate just Rudy's line and his Excel decel path.
Yeah.
Outcome here, Rudy Hansen gets the victory, and it is unanimous. Reese, I'm assuming that Freddie was at fault, too aggressive. Long Beach, but here he is, knocked out in 32. That's big. So his Rockstar Energy Drink teammate Ryan Turk in our final battle of top 32, because again, the Field Gucci scenario, Daniel's got a weapon here. He's going against one of the best in the biz. Ryan Turk in that Rain-X Toyota GR Corolla. Stuckey initiates into that outside zone. Good transition in, coming into that third clip. And now coming up the hill goes Stuckey into outside zone 5. Nice placement by Daniel. Ryan Turk just pedaling it. You can see, like, again, this is a scenario where he's like, I got the power. Let me cook. As Stuckey, great placement, very smooth. dialed in precision driving there by Daniel. That allowed Ryan Turk, like I said, I got the same motor that Frederick Osbo's got, so you can imagine just the power to weight ratio here. You talk about how light it is, but the power here from Ryan Turk and that hot hatch into that second zone. He coasted a lot past that second zone, now into the third, and look at, there he is, slingshot his way into 4 and now 5. Stuckey, you can see he slid right up next to him as well, so nice placement by Ryan Turk, allowing again Stuckey to drop into that pocket. Now coming back down the hill. Oh man, great placement by Ryan Turk once again. Daniel Stuckey gets a little lost in the sauce there going across that finish line. And 3 votes. Ryan Turk gets the win. 32 of the Rockstar Energy Drink is a wrap. Lorette Nickel is with Rudy Hansen taking out the 3-time champ, excuse me. Had a few words there, and just seemed like, yeah, dude,
All in a day's work.
All in a day's work, and
Yeah.
you know, hey, somebody's got to lose, somebody's going to win. Racing down 3-time FD champion, Destin Industries, all new Nismo Z, Chris the Force Forsberg. Goes across the nose of that 86 into that second inside clip. Into the third, the lights are on, ripping and ripping up the hill into 4. Let's see how they manage 4 through 7. The horseshoe tightens it up on the keyhole. Forsberg, Cole Richards not backing down, unfazed. Regardless of the 3 championships, Cole Richards trying to apply the pressure to Chris the Force Forsberg. Well done driving by both of these pilots. Excited to see what Cole Richards does from here on out. He's going to have Chris the Force Forsberg in his rearview mirror nerves. We'll see if he's got him or if he can shake him off. Cole Richards initiates. Big initiation from him. Forsberg drops into formation. Big angle. Look at Forsberg tucked into the smoke. And Cole Richards with him tucking in. He has to back down. Cole goes into 4. Now 5. Chris Forsberg comes up a bit short there, unfortunately. Again, he tried to apply the pressure but had to back off. Now Chris Forsberg drops down, tucks in on the inside, and now transitions. Bumpers go flying. Forsberg. Wow. And here we go. Forsberg and Cole with a one more time. They're going at it again. An OMT, and look at that.
I know.
His wife Liz has definitely got a solid regiment. All right, I know Slick Rick is watching right now. Let's see if Slick Chris can put it down for his town. Talk about Pennsylvania, baby. Good initiation there by Forsberg. Good clinical initiation. A little wide swing around that first inside zone. Now coming up the hill. Let's see how he handles 4 through 7. Into 5. Drags it all the way along. Cole Richards, he does have good proximity. Not exactly mimicking the angle like we saw in run 1. But he is right there. He's definitely part of the chat. Now pulling away is Forsberg, bathing in that smoke. That is so hard to see through. Like I said, the combination of that smoke and the light, I think he's going to give him a little bit of room, and he's going to really catch him in the horseshoe because he does have the power with that VR. I'm talking about Forsberg chasing down Cole Richards. Like you said, a simplified setup. And, man, I was a little wrong right there. He, again, surged in on the inside and now into outside zone 4 and 5. Look at there. I told you he's got the power. He can catch him. Yeah. So he tries to apply the pressure out of the gate. Now exiting out into 7 and now coming down the hill. Look how tight Forsberg is to Cole Richards. Wow, that right there was muscle memory. You saw how tucked he was in, bathing in that smoke. Left for Forsberg, right for Cole Richards. One more time battle here. Are they going again? Yes, wow. They are.
A good reason why I missed the wedding now, but yeah, thank you to my family. They're the reason why me and Jack are here.
It is so obvious how much these guys love each other and their family. What an incredible family affair, guys.
Thank you so much as Bonkin Jr. is now leading and Trent Beecham chasing him down. The 2-time champ going against Beecham, who has definitely progressed as a driver over the years. Bonkin Jr. making a cameo here a couple times this season, but Vaughn, great placement. Beecham, again, this new generation of drivers is unflappable. As I say that, Beecham backs off a little bit. Hear him on that red river. Whoa! And Beecham overcooks it, hangs it out to dust. It debeat his tires because you're going against curves, man. So it debeat the tire for Beecham. He is going to have to retire. That means Vaughn Jr. will get the victory, airing it out. All right.
Party run.
Yeah, we know he's got an off-road team, but let's keep that for the Broncos and not the Mustangs there, Vaughn. As the Ford Racing pilot continues on, airs it out, and having some fun out here. He's got to be feeling the flow. He's got his wife, his 2 boys out here cheering him on. The Kitten family is in the building. They be getting it out here as he moves on to the Grade 8. If they meet, it would be in the finals. James Dean, Dan Burkett. Dan Burkett will be chasing down James, given their qualifying. James across the nose of that Supra, now into that outside zone, dragging it along into that first inside zone. James, good execution. Look at this, Dan Burkett. He's not getting away with it. That's not what he wants to do as James pulls it into outside zone 5. I mean, this thing sounds like it is making so many different wild noises as Dan Burkett dives in. Good proximity, needs to mimic that angle. Look at the cotton that is just coming out of the backside of that pony. That is absolute ammunition and fuel for the fire within that dude's Irish heart. Here we go, Dan Burkett out front. James Dean, let's see if he can chase him down like we know he can, but Dan Burkett, good, clean, solid, clinical lead position there into 3. Look at James. I mean, he is almost on top of him as they come up into the horse. Oh, no! And Ragdan goes off into the dirt, 2 tires off. That's going to be a major deficit as the delay. Oh! And James Dean just flirting, getting that snout of a pony up into the side of that Toyota. James Dean.
And shooting that brown cloud. So James Dean going to get all 3 judges.
Down Ryan Turk. Keep those lights on. Film, take some photos, and send them out. Tag Formula Drift Ryan Turk and Rudy Hansen. As here we go. Keep those lights on. Keep them lit up. As Ryan Turk will lead that Rain-X Toyota GR Corolla. Team Hansen in the S chassis coming down the hill. The hot hatchback coming into outside zone 1 with that great entry into that first and now second and third. Coming up the hill, powering up the hill. That bullfrog of a car squatting down and bring it on into 5. Look at Hansen, drops into formation into the horseshoe. Now pulling out, oh, Hansen dives in hard. Hansen hits the grass, and that's not where you want to be. Ryan Turk powers back up the hill. Freddie was a little too aggressive. Here goes Rudy Hansen initiating that first outside zone. Turk making sure he gives himself enough room as Rudy Hansen heads up the hill. Ryan Turk chasing down into the 4 through 7 in that horseshoe. Can he unlock it in the keyhole? Rudy Hansen transitions into 6 and then out. See Ryan Turk, he even gripped up right there. So maybe with the temperatures dropping, it gripping up a little bit more. Could get stickier there as rubber is being laid down. Build it, race it, fix it. He doesn't have to fix it because he's advancing on into the Great 8. Ryan Turk, Christopher Forsberg. Here we go, send it for Christopher Forsberg. The Destin Industries all new Z coming down the pipe. As Cole Richards, tempered approach, drops into formation, that first outside zone, coming into the first inside clip, transitioning back. I'm telling you, that smoke is just so thick you could cut it with a knife. Coming into 4 through 7, Forsberg into 5, drops into 6. Look at those things, popping and locking, exiting out of the keyhole. Again, that grip is changing when you're exiting out of that horseshoe. Into that final inside clip, looks like Chris dives in, using that course's edge that really, I mean, again, love to be back, and he'd love to get on the podium. Let's see what Cole Richards in that Richards Racing 86 coming down. Big angle there from Cole. Now comes on through into that second inside clip, and looks like Cole pulling away from Forsberg. Cole goes into that. Oh, man, I thought for sure he was going into the dirt. He definitely saved that one, but Chris Forsberg dives back to the side of the 86, exceeding that of Cole Richards. Now transitioning back. What was that? Forsberg was like ahead of him and dropped out. He is a wizard for Christopher Forsberg, and Forsberg gets the win. Very
right, yes.
Loyal to the Ford, but that
just
2004, he did not drive a Ford Mustang. What car was it?
RX-7?
240 SX.
240. Oh, no, Chris had the RX-7.
Chris had a 350Z.
Who am I getting for the RX-7 then?
Tony Angelo eventually drove an FD RX-7.
No,
Tony Angelo drove an FC RX-7.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry, wrong DA.
It's all good.
This is why you're the true historian here. You got those years down, man.
It's all good. But Chris Forsberg, Vaughn Gittin Jr., what a battle of the ages. Chris Forsberg has nonstop, baby. He's been here since 2004. Vaughn taking a little hiatus here and there, but making a little cameo. This should be a fun one. Bragging rights at the bars, boys. Here we go. Chris Forsberg, Vaughn Gittin Jr. across the nose of that Ford Mustang goes to Destin Industries all-new Gizmo Z. Now coming up the hill, powering up. Look at firing off as Vaughn Gittin Jr. Those Nitto tires gripping and ripping as the Kenda tires of Forsberg comes on in to the outside zone 5, exiting out of 6 goes Chris. And now back down into that final inside clip. Yo, that was perfect placement.
That was nice.
Really good placement there. I see him in Orlando, ready to throw down. All right, here we go. Vaughn Gittin Jr. out front. Crystal Force Forsberg chasing him down. Ready to rock. The Monster Energy driver rips into that outside zone. And Vaughn past the inside clip coming up the hill. Forsberg gets right to the door of the Ford Mustang. Oh, we got contact. And Forsberg just stayed in it. What's up, bros? Fight, fight, fight.
Vaughn, great initiation here. Maybe not as crazy as his one on his buy run, but man, Chris in those transitions, though. Look at the trust between it and Vaughn. See, I think that right off the top, that looked like Vaughn was slowing down in that spot. So we'll definitely be looking at our little robot to be giving us a bit of an idea of how this all played out. So there is a decel area coming up through there, and you know, so Vaughn is able to more or less change up his speed through that section. Chris has got to adapt to it.
Get some insight from the judges as slide him left or slide him right. Vaughn Gittin Jr. gets the victory and advances on. How much is that bearing cost?
Oh man, it's $20-$25 part.
That's nothing,
that's,
dude.
That's how it goes sometimes.
That's how it goes. So here's Odie Bakshis. He's going against Vaughn Gittin Jr. in the Final Four. And keep in mind, with him in the Final Four, he's guaranteed a podium. He's our #1 qualifier. Can he make it a perfect event? If he takes out Vaughn, he goes to the finals. That would be absolutely ideal, especially given it's a brand new car, a new build for Odie Bakshis. The field suspension, Subimaj GT Radial, Subaru BRZ. Congratulations to Odie Bakshis. When we come back, we'll that inline six, that super motor essentially under the hood of that Toyota GR Corolla. Here goes the Sorensen Motorsports BMW. Brandon Sorensen coming down the chute, initiate nice and early. Ryan Turk right there. Oh. Holy cow, look at the proximity. Oh, comes unwound, overcooks it. Just too close and could not save it. Oh, Brandon, wow. That was a killer line by Brandon Sorensen as he continues on. And Ryan Turk, that's going to be a major deficit, unfortunately, for New Hampshire's own.
Oh, man.
Ryan Turk, he dropped right into formation, dude. He was like
sick.
Maverick and Goose, baby.
That's full commitment. That's a game of chicken.
It's like the lights are on, and that means it's go time. Let's send it here. Ryan Turk, Brandon Sorensen. Ryan Turk looping it. He definitely needs to put down a heat and run, and Brandon Sorensen needs to make a mistake in order for Ryan to even have a chance to advance on into the Final Four. Using all that outside zone, Brandon Sorensen. Man, he is, for having a major advantage, Brandon really risking it there. Buddy comes into outside zone 5. Look at Brandon. This is what he was talking about. This is a good opportunity for him to practice because, look, he's going to be going against either James Dean or Dylan Hughes. So you got to keep that in mind. And Brandon Sorensen pulls it on through. And it looks like that will be Brandon Sorensen's victory with Ryan Turk, unfortunately, looping it in his Rain X. Dylan Hughes' fault. But here we go. Let's make it official. Brandon Sorensen gets the victory in his, all joking aside, the age, the numbers, regardless. It doesn't matter because right now, here we are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Grade 8. And both these guys, O'Reilly Auto Parts, O'Reilly, O'Reilly, send it! Here we go. James the Machine Dean in that Pennzoil Mustang RTR. And it looks like Dylan Hughes, he's going to drop in, not mimicking the angle too well exactly, but good proximity. But now he does. Yes, sir! Oh! Dylan.
Oh, they're still going.
And I call him the dozer, man, because he runs over people. If they're in the way, he's going to push them out of the way, just like I call Vaughn Mr. Plow. Oh! And Dylan overcooks it and hits that last clip.
This is still a decel zone all the way through. I mean, he basically has until over here to continue that decel before he comes on, and you can see Dylan catching that. The angle that Dylan's on as well, he's going to be coming across. There's really nothing else he can do, and the hard part really is going to be that angle kit up front. I mean, it's taken a lot of damage. They do a great job of continuing going on, and there's contact once again throughout this entire thing. So you can see it. We can pause it right here. Yeah, I mean, the contact is made even before that line. Dylan's car, I mean, you can see that's the angle. Whoop, wrong way. Dylan's angle is going to be coming in a lot tighter. James is angled all the way over here. So Yeah, pretty easy geometry there. Less angle on one, more angle on the other, and you're going to have a bit of a problem. So great job to both these competitors, though, in getting back around the track. They are going to get their free fives, so that saves both of them from using their timeout. So I don't think that went through Dylan's head. He just went, I'm just going to keep driving because the car feels okay.
All-Star Special Scatter covered caps and trunk. Here we go. Let's move on to the second half of this battle. Dylan Hughes in that O'Reilly Auto Parts vehicle. And, of course, James Dean. Why not? It's O'Reilly Auto Parts Grade 8. He's an O'Reilly Auto Parts Mustang as James Dean. Again, you have to think this contact, if it was Dylan's fault, which, again, unofficially I'd have to assume, but James does not zero chill. James the Machine Dean, 5-time champ, as he is really twisting the screws on Hughes. Now across that last inside clip. A lot of O'Reilly Auto Parts out there right now. All right, the Final Four is set. The Final Four is set. Odie Bakshi's versus Vaughn Gittin Jr. on the left side, and James Dean versus Brandon Sorensen. And good job.
Yeah. Gold star.
DJ Hurricane, dude. It's going to be that kind of party. I'm sticking my Mustang in the mashed potatoes. Here we go. Vaughn Gittin Jr., Odie Bakshi's. And here we go in the Final Four, brought to you by Type S. Odie Bakshi's leading that field suspension, Subaru BRZ, Vaughn Gittin Jr. He'd love to party on the podium. Here we go. Odie Bakshi's guaranteed a podium even if he loses. #1 qualifier. Would love to make it a perfect event in a brand new car. And Vaughn Gittin Jr. firing off into outside zone 5. Goes Vaughn, great proximity. Look at the angle here at the 60 degrees back down the hill. 63 degrees. Look at the lead. 50-50. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. What a battle. In chasing, and the way he's driving his car out the gate is really, really admirable. And he's going to be confident going against Vaughn. He knows what to expect. So here we go. See if he can drop in a formation as well in that first outside zone, and then inside clips. 2 and 3. And there goes Odie. Look at the flames, just throwing flames in Odie's face, but unfazed is Odie Bakshi's right there. Odie backs off a little bit to just time it perfectly, drops in a little out of that outside zone 7. Vaughn Gittin Jr. hits that 8, no problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And Odie, Vaughn Gittin Jr. gets 1 vote, 2 votes. Vaughn Gittin Jr. gets the win. Will be team orders if it comes down to this. All right, but regardless, he needs to win. I'm talking about James the Machine Dean going against Brandon Sorensen. Is it going to be an RTR Finals? Brandon Sorensen, the Las Vegas pilot, going to take out the 5-time champ. Gets out to outside zone 4. Good composure by both the drivers, and Brandon Sorensen dives in. This is Brandon's dream scenario. He knows what James is going to do. He is dang near flawless, so that gives him the opportunity to really push it to him. And he does. Junior in the top 32 here at Road Atlanta. Great stat there. Here we go. Brandon Sorensen out front. A little slow trickle into that first outside zone by Brandon. He was kind of pedaling it there, but unfazed is James the Machine Dean. Outside zone 4, going into 5, and there goes James right there on the door into outside zone 6. James losing a little bit of angle here, coming into that last inside zone. Good proximity by James. Slide him left for James Dean, right for Brandon Sorensen, and it's James Dean, 1 vote, 2 votes. James Dean gets the win, and it's an all-RTR final. It's an all-Ford Mustang RTR final. 1, 2, 3, send it! Out of the start chicane we go. James Dean is 3-0, undefeated against the boss man. James across the nose of the Ford Mustang into the outside zone. Past an inside clip, headed up the hill, past 3. Coming up to the keyhole, the horseshoe, the ponies go in. The stable is ready, the stampede is on. Outside zone 5. Into 6, exiting out of the keyhole. The key to success, bringing it back down into the last and final. Inside clip 8, Vaughn Gittin Jr. comes in shallow on that last inside clip. Smoke lingering, and the lights are on and they extinguish. Send it, fellas, make some noise, Atlanta! Vaughn Gittin Jr. headed down the hill. The OG going against one of the best drifters in the world. James Dean, oh my God, James Dean goes off. He comes back on. Is that enough? As James Dean goes off course, Vodkin Jr., if he keeps it on when the rubber meets the road, Vodkin Jr. will win here in Atlanta. And that is, again, unofficially, Vodkin Jr. getting the win with the mistake by James Dean. Oh my gosh, the smiles around the pits as Vodkin Jr. is potentially, unofficially, your winner. Third place at round 2 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship with the debut of his new car, the Field Suspension GT Radial BRZ. Third place goes to Odi Bakshis. And your winner at the iconic Road Atlanta, because there's wins and there's wins here at the iconic Road Atlanta. Unanimously, your winner, driving a Ford Mustang on Nitto tires, multiple championship holder, very handsome, and he is ready to rock. Your winner at round 2 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship at Road Atlanta is Vodkin Jr. gets the win. Yeah. James Dean gets second. Shout out to the old guys. Old guys still got it. Salt and pepper, baby. Jacob, so stoked. Lorette, I'm throwing it down to you. Again, gather both those two dudes. What an experience. I could smell it from